Hey, what's up everybody? On the west side, I got a Johnny Air box delivery downtown. Going, same big box I always put on the XR, except I'm on the KLR. The XR's on the back of the car, locked up because they stole the axle when they were trying to take the back wheel off the bike, and it dialed me. But they stole the axle for the XR. Because what they were planning to do was, they had a van, and they were planning to put the XR into the van, and then stand on the other guy's shoulder. There was like 3 of them, 2 outside, 1 in the van, and then what they probably would have done was have lift somebody up so they could lift the back wheel with the lock on it over the signpost. So you see like a signpost here is like 8 feet. You could lift someone up. You could stand on someone's shoulders, you know, and lift a motorcycle wheel with a chain on it. Pretty heavy, but you could do it in a pinch. If you're a thief, you could do it. And then plus, if they do that, they have a whole motorcycle that, you know, when they get where they're going with it, they can cut the lock off and do all the stuff they want to do. There's a lot of definitely cutting the lock off that, they'd have a whole motorcycle ready to go for them, you know, when they finish with it. But that was the plan anyway. But I ruined their plan. Believe me, I'm not proud or anything, because they got my axle. The guy, he came like very carefully. He didn't want to move the bike, and plus I lube my axles when I put them back in. You know, so they're not hard to get out. And he took the bolt off, slid the axle out. He even took the chain adjuster. They really had a plan to take that wheel. Because at first, when I saw the video that he was trying to get the back wheel, I was thinking, oh, they're just going to take the bike. They were just planning to take the bike. And then, you know, once they take the bike, they were planning to leave the wheel there, you know, and then get another wheel for it. But, I mean, that's easier said than done in the middle of a pandemic, trying to get a interrupted, they would have just dropped what they're doing, leave the wheel, and deal with it later. At least they have a bike. But the thievery right now in the city is really bad. Because they were that was a close one. My Manimoto GPS called me as soon as they started moving the bike. So whenever that rings, I don't even think about it. I just run down. And if you see, like in the video, you don't see me running, but when I got downstairs, I just screamed, "What the fuck?" and then they just ran. That was a close one, actually. It's not. I think I may have to put the Honda away and just leave her, because there's no more way to protect the bike. But the weather is getting cold, so eventually it's all going to end. All this thievery shit is gonna stop, but right now it's still continuing. But eventually it's gonna end. You know, when it gets really cold, they don't bother with that stuff anymore. They just give it up after that, but it will continue for like another week or so. Once the really cold sets in, it's over at that point. It's no longer easy for them, you know, the cold and everything. Believe it or not, these motorcycle thieves are quite lazy. I mean, but what they've been doing right now, though, they keep changing up on what they're doing. Like first they're going around with grinders. Now they realize that the grinders make too much noise and set off alarms. So they don't want that anymore. What they're doing right now is just like insanity. They're taking axle bolts out. Who the fuck takes axle bolts out of rear wheels? You know, to take motorcycles. That's not something that I've seen before. you learn something new every day. So basically, they will take the rear wheel off of motorcycles. They want to take it, which I did not know. But I don't know if they could do it with a bike like this. I mean, KLR was really hard to manhandle. I mean, even if you are really strong, it's all about the size of the object and the weight it's distributed. Would it be easy to maneuver this bike? I mean, without damaging stuff, you know, because the actual weight of the bike in itself would just destroy. You know, if you had the wheel off and it wasn't able to fall over properly. The bike needs that rear wheel to fall over properly. I mean, a KLR will fall, when with a rear wheel on it, will fall over the way it's supposed to. But it's not going to fall over without a rear wheel on it. Like, you know, you're going to come down on stuff. It's going to come down hard. Things are going to get broken. It's not going to be a pretty theft, you know, like when you want to take something and be able to turn it around and sell it right away. That's not going to happen. If you're taking wheels off like that, you're going to be damaging stuff. I'm not saying that it's not worth it to them, because right now with the supply chain issue, the big problem with that's just the way it goes. Like, supply and demand right now, maybe it is worth it for them to take a wheel off of, but it never was before, which is scary, because that means I gotta like be military precision on my protection of the bike. That's what I'm doing every night. I make sure my phone is fully charged. I have good signal. I have extra Wi-Fi access points in my bedroom, because I have to make sure that I'm getting good signal. So, and I have Wi-Fi calling enabled, so that if the cell signal goes out, at least I still have a signal. That's basically the gist of it. You know, I mean, you got to really protect yourself super efficiently. You know, if you don't, if you drop the ball one night, they come through, and I notice also another thing, they tend to come through on Sunday nights, maybe because of people a long weekend, or not a long weekend, but you know, after the weekend people are tired, got to get to work on Monday. Probably their way of thinking is Sunday would be the best night, but this is the second time. Second time that somebody came. Someone came on a Sunday night. Second time. Which is scary. These people are couple of times.